Good evening, everybody. Happy uh, Tuesday to you all. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you had a good day. There have been some shocking World Cup games that out there. There have been some brilliant games. It's been a brilliant World Cup. I've enjoyed it. As off to Egypt today, they lost 3-2 against Argentina. I thought I thought Egypt were going to win, but somehow, someway, they were winning 2-0. And after in the 79th minute, Argentina scored. Then Leo Messi scored the goal. Then in the 92nd minute, Argentina scored to win 3-2 on 3-2. But as off to Egypt, as off to Canada, as off to Mexico, as off to Norway, who into the next round where they take on us in the World Cup. It's crazy to think that we take on Norway and not Brazil in the World Cup. So this is the World Cup on Saturday. You've got Belgium versus Spain. That could be a banger. That could be a classic match. Argentina against, I think, probably the winner of this next round. England Norway Saturday. So some big exciting games to look. Some exciting games ahead for the World Cup. But that's World Cup. But I'm calling it now. France versus England World Cup final. I'm calling this now. But that's football. 25 years ago, WCW closed its doors. The WCW closed its doors. The big names vanished. But the WWE, Vince McMahon bought their own rivalry, WCW. Many months later, you had an invasion. You had WCW invading WWE. Shane McMahon bought WCW under Vince's nose. It was like a storyline. But it was a decent storyline. They had some decent matches. But I would have done this a lot better. I would have brought in the big guys from this WCW. Hulk Hogan, Goldberg, Nash, Randy Savage. I brought in Rey Mysterio, all the little cruiserweights from the WCW over to WWE. Then go for the tag teams and all that. I would have Team WF versus Team WCW invasion match. I would have for the match. I will have a big massive tag team match. I'll have Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H, The Undertaker, and Kane taking on Hogan, Nash, Goldberg, Sting. Hogan, Nash, Sting, Goldberg against Undertaker, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, and Kane. Why? Gotta think about it. Hogan, Austin. Hogan, Rock. Hogan, Kane. Hogan, Triple H. Hogan, Rock. Goldberg, Rock, Goldberg, Kane, Goldberg, Taker, Goldberg, Triple H, Goldberg, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kevin Nash, Kane, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, Taker, Scott Hall, Taker, Triple H, Kane, Austin, Rock, Sting, Organ, Taker, Austin, Rock, Triple H, Kane. All them together in one match, in a winner take all match. In a tag team match, I will have the Audio Boys, Agent Audio Boys versus Rey Mysterio and Billy Kidman. Rey Mysterio Jr. and Billy Kidman versus the Audio Boys, Matt and Jeff. That would have been a fantastic dream matchup with Audio Boys versus Billy Kidman and Rey Mysterio. I would have I don't know. There is so many big names I've just mentioned that would have had some classic matches against each other, whether it was singles competition or tag team match. Goldberg versus Stone Cold, Sting versus Taker, the Outsiders versus Sting versus Austin and The Rock, for example. Or better yet, have Harlem Heat and have Harlem Heat versus the Dudley Boys. Yes, Harlem Heat, Booker T and Stevie Ray versus the Dudley Boys. I would have that. That would have been another great matchup with probably two of the best teams in each company. I would have on the commentary. I'll have Mike Today and join forces with Jim Ross, or whoever else on his team with Jerry King Lawler. I'll have Mike Today and Bobby Heenan on the WCW side. I would have Jim Ross and Jerry King Lawler on the other side on the commentating. That would have been a tremendous. I would love to have seen that. I would have Randy Savage there. Randy Savage versus Kurt Angle. Randy Savage versus The Rock. Randy Savage versus Stone Cold versus The Undertaker versus Kane. Even Bret Hart returning to WWF to join WCW. But it's a shame that we didn't get to see that. It's a shame that the WWE didn't give them all the contracts, because if we did, you would have had some tremendous matches, some fantastic matches with all these people. You know, and we'll have Eric Bischoff and Vince McMahon in a arena, in the building for first up. Or better yet, I would have Ted Turner and Vince McMahon to get in a war thing. See who would win for one night only. Have the WCW win, but let this story continue until maybe Survivor Series or maybe SummerSlam or until maybe WrestleMania in a winner take all. In a winner take all WrestleMania, the WCW US title, WCW US tag, all the mid card belts, all the tag belts, all the cruiserweight belts, even the odd card belt on the WCW and the WF. even all the belts on the line. That's what I would have done in a way to take all match at WrestleMania 18. There was so much potential. Don't get me wrong, the Invasion storyline was good, but it was a weak at the same time because you had WWF going to WCW and ECW, and you had ECW, you had some member of the alliance jumped over to WWF. It was bad. It was a bad thing. I don't understand why ECW got involved in this because it was WWF WCW thingy. Don't get me wrong, I liked everything about it, but it would have been a lot better if it was the big guns. And think about it, yeah, Benoit jumped ship from WWF to WCW. Dean Malenko, Perry, Eddie, the Big Show, the Giant, all them. Even Stone Cold Steve Austin, for example. All them jumped ship from WCW to WWF, and you had Hogan, All, Nash, Savage, and Six, X-Pac, jumping ship. But I would have liked even Ric Flair in there as well to help WCW. Maybe feud with Vince, or maybe feud with William Regal. But this Invasion thing was rubbish. The WWF, both all McMahons, the owners of WWF, WCW, and ECW. That's a no-no for me. That was a no-no. I liked the matches. I thought it was very interesting to see with Lance Storm, Chris Jericho, all that. But I would have done book it better. That's what I would have done. But it is what it is. And also it is what it is. And that is my thoughts on the Invasion. I'll be back live tomorrow for give me 2 seconds. For my top 10 commentators, top 10 tag team matches. On Thursday I'll be doing a top 10 football punters. I'm looking forward to that. And my favourite matches from each pay-per-view from 1987 to 1998 or 97. I'm going to skip 95 because 95 went bad. But until then, have yourself a good night and be safe.